Broncos, they defeat the Chiefs 22-19. This game I feel like this game had the biggest result in like variant as to like what could happen for each team with a win and a loss. It answered a lot of questions. Before the game, we were like, are the Broncos actually good? Will the Chiefs just stroll to the playoffs again? But now it's turned into what kind of run can the Broncos make into the playoffs, and are the Chiefs even going to make the playoffs? With this win, the Broncos jump to a 96% chance of making the playoffs, and with this loss, the Chiefs fall to a 51% chance at the playoffs. What did you see out of this game?
Yeah, I do think the Broncos looked a little bit better in this game than they have in previous weeks against some bad football teams. They just keep finding ways to win. The Broncos are honestly kind of doing what the Chiefs did last year, and they just keep winning all these close games, and it's ugly. And the defense is doing it, special teams is doing it. They're winning it in ugly ways, but at the end of the day, it's working. The Chiefs won a ton of one possession games last year. They were on very strongly on the good luck side of that, and this year they have been on the bad luck side of variance, and they keep losing all of these close games. Um, I still think the Chiefs are a good football team. This is obviously like starting to get into a little bit of danger territory for them. I still have faith in them, but they do need to kind of clean up, you know, some of these games that are, coming down the wire. You can't just keep losing and get away with it.
I thought this was one of the most boring football games of the week for two really good football teams. They each had 10 drives. Uh, there were 128 throws, 68% completion on both sides. They only had 60 rush yards each. This game just lasted forever. They were just throwing the ball back and forth, not really completing passes, not running it well, punting it. I mean, this Broncos team, like we just talked about, it's very similar to the Eagles. How like they're gonna play defense. They're gonna probably have a one score game every single game, and they're just gonna be on the right side of it. With the Chiefs, their run game is really an issue for me. You got Kareem Hunt, who had 13 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Obviously, Isaiah Pacheco's out. Brashard Smith didn't have a carry. He had two catches. I don't think that they can just pull off 4 or 5 wins in a row without a solid one run game. I think they have a bunch of weapons they can throw to them. They can win games. They can put up points. But as it gets colder, as you play good teams, you got to be able to possess the ball. You got to be able to run it. And the Chiefs' run game, it's just not there.
Yeah, I mean, early season, like it's kind of been a thing all year. Mahomes only had one carry in this game, but I mean, he has been pulling a lot of the load in their run game. It's been a lot of scramble drills, stuff like that. I mean, Kansas City's not had a great run game this year. I think getting Rasheed Rice back is essentially an extension of the run. I'm honestly surprised we're not seeing a little bit more like we're not seeing like any intermediate game with Rasheed Rice. He truly is essentially a running back for them. He doesn't really get. I mean, he's had a couple carries, but he's essentially like swing passes and screens, and that's it. So I guess you could count that as like an extension of their run game, but um, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot going as far as the handoff game. Hunt actually wasn't that bad in this game, running the ball, but still, it's really not much of an aspect of their offense.
So the Chiefs are 5-5. When I look at their losses, they've lost to some really good teams. The Chargers when they were healthy, the Eagles, the Jaguars at home. That was one of the Jaguars' biggest wins in a while. But the Bills and the Broncos, they're 5-5. They have a big game this week at the Colts. Even if they lose this game with the Colts this week, I'm looking at their schedule coming up. They have some very winnable games. I do think they're going to start stacking some wins here towards the end of the season. After this Colts game, they have Cowboys, Texans, a beat up Chargers team, Titans, Broncos. By that point in the season, we'll see how strong the Broncos are playing, and the Raiders to finish the season. So even if they lose this week, go 5-6. I think there's no reason to think that they can't put 4 or 5 wins together here at the end of the season and get to 10 wins and get into the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. That's just a dangerous game to play. I do agree. I think the schedule is like somewhat favorable, but you've got to play the Broncos again still. Like I don't know. I think this game this week against the Colts is going to be very very big for them.
Yep, so Colts at the Chiefs and the Broncos are on bye.